Hi, I'm Safa, your host, and welcome to Bitchology Chronicles. Okay, so this is where I'm going to start because this is my first podcast. I'm going crazy. I basically had to run here. They dropped me off in the middle of nowhere. There's like a marathon going on. My nails came off. My hair got messy. My hair clips fell on the floor. I had to pick it up and get to the studio. So let's get into it. This is an unfiltered, unmatched, we're just raw, like we're gonna keep it real. We're gonna talk about the industry and talk about fashion, talk about hot takes, food reviews, and basically everything that the public needs to know about this industry that people hype up with the glitz and glam. But honestly, I don't feel like it's glitz and glam. So I want to start from the beginning where I say what I love, what I like to do, where I'm from, and my zodiac sign is most important. So I'm a Taurus. So everyone says I'm stubborn, passionate, and always chasing what I want. And for the longest time, that was dance. I was always chasing dance. And I was a professional dancer for 13 years. I was training at some of the best studios in the city: Brick House, The Door, Broadway Dance Center, Ripley Greer, and even NYU when I was in middle school and high school. I even got into voguing for a while, and my dream was to go to Juilliard, but life had other plans. I know you guys know about COVID. So COVID hit and everything shut down for everyone. Like there was no schools, no studios, nothing. Like the whole world went dead and there was no more in-person classes. Everything was virtual. And around that time, I got into like a deep emo phase. So I was like hanging out in the underground grunge rock scene, super emo, just living in that world. And I've been to metal shows. I moshed into crazy pits. I literally saw someone's arm get lit on fire. Like this dude's skin just came off and I was like, what the fuck? Like insane. Like I've seen so much stuff in this industry and I met so many incredible people. And even though I wasn't in the studio as much for dance, I kept dancing online, like Charlie D'Amelio, like those dumbass TikTok dances everyone does all the time. I ended up promoting music for an artist because I was doing these like trends, and I even made my own trend for a known social media entertainment person. His name is DHK Chrissy on Instagram, or Chrissy DHK, but I'll tag him because he's super dope and he's an LGBTQ entertainer and comedian and musician, and he's super funny and I love him. But from there I worked with him online. We did like this twerk competition thing. I forgot what it was, but from there I started reaching out to artists I loved. And prior to that, I was in my first music video at 16 years old, and I think it was Britney Spears early 2000s toxic MTV music video snake wrapped around my neck. And that was my first music video I've ever done, was like be in a music video with her snake. Well, that's what they told me. I don't know if they lied, but it looked like the same one. But I'm going to keep it real right now because this is what the podcast is all about. I was a party animal in high school and I had so much fun. I lived my life. I went to rooftop parties. Like literally, I've done the most craziest shit ever. And some people could not stand that. So growing up, people thought I was a joke. I had girls try to fight me for no reason. I had parents talking about me when I was like 12 years old. Like it's been a long road, like with people trying to like downgrade me and make me feel really bad about myself. But I had like one of the biggest upgrades, and that was creating my businesses. Because since I made my businesses, like everyone's like, oh, can you hire me? Can you like get me a job? Can I work with you? Like, and I'm just like, dude, like you told me I wasn't shit like 2 days ago. But like, it's all good. It's all good. It's all love on these sides. No shade though. I basically fought back when those people told me things were not gonna go my way. And honestly, I think it was sort of bullying, but I never got it. I never like let it get to me. I never understood it. That's why I was like, I never got it. Like I never understood why people would try to bring others down and just talk down on things that they love to do. But that's what taught me. I take no shit now. And I'm a Taurus. And now I'm a fucking boss and I'm here. So Bitchology Chronicles, you guys already know what's going on. But I'm going to get back into my story. So One day an artist actually loved that I was a dancer and called me for to do like a backup dance video. And then from there I was like, you know what, I should just reach out to my favorite artist. And my artist at the time, since I was emo as fuck, like it wasn't even that good. It was just like some heavy metal rap artist. I like hit them up and their manager contacted me and they were like, oh, I want you can dance in our video if you get us like big booty BBL bitches. And I was like, I'm 16 years old, but like I'll try to get you some big booty BBL bitches. Like, okay. So I literally like had to go on Instagram and search for these girls, and then I turned 17. I did not have my business yet at that time. Like, I didn't have the casting agency, which was Yasmin's Models. That was first. Like, that was number one. And you guys see my nails, so fire. These are press-ons. But like right before then, I had no type of roster. I had no girls. I didn't even know anything about the booking agency. I was just a professional dancer. But this guy wanted girls to twerk and like shake ass all over the screen, and I was not doing that. Plus I was underage, so I was kind of like, no thanks. I also did reach out to those girls eventually, and the music video never happened. They used some other casting agency. They're really popular. But one day, one of those artists that I danced for actually reached out, and they were like, hey, do you have any other professional dancers that can come through? And I was like, sure. And they were like, but we don't need them to really professionally dance like you. We need them to like twerk. So I'm like, this is my second casting. Like, well, I didn't know the word casting, but I was like, this is my second request for girls twerking. So I was like, I already have them under my belt right now. I just reached out for this guy. So I reached out to those girls again, and boom, like I just booked my first music video, and I didn't even have to be in it. I thought, but I had to. I turned 18 at the time, but by that time, but I had to like fill in for some girl and twerk and do her part. So I was also a video vixen. I also worked for one casting agency. I did one job and that shit sucked. I never want to go back. Like, the studio smelled like shit. The rappers didn't even know they didn't even know what they were doing. They came like 2 hours late to the studio. I was just sitting there and I only got paid $50. Like, that was insane. I never want to have to go through that ever again. And that is why I created my agency, because I seen both sides of everything. Like, I seen the side of being a booker. I seen the side of being a video vixen. And honestly, I hated it because it's so degrading. There's like 500 guys in a room and one girl dancing like practically half naked. I think it's pretty degrading. And you're getting $50, sometimes 20, and sometimes they lie and they don't pay you at all. But we'll get into that later in this volume. So my connections are pretty good. I had a very interesting video vixen booker life. So far, I seen Little Uzi Vert go into like a rooftop party lounge when I was 16. I tried to get in, but they were like, no, obviously, and have an ID saying I was 21. But I was super hyped. I also never seen like in real life designer clothes being worn, and I never wore something so cool. Like, my first music video, I had on like a Prada accessory, and I was like, oh my god, I have on Prada. And I was just so hyped. I had on a IMG outfit. I felt dope as hell. Like, I appreciate everyone that introduced me to that. I seen Kid Super outfits in real life. I think Kid Super's outfits are super dope. And I also met a lot of supermodels for the first time, and they're really tall. Then they look like Barbie dolls. So I'm like, oh. That's like for the fashion world though. For the fashion world, the girls look like Barbie dolls. Like, they're super tall. They look really pretty. But anyways, before even like getting into the music video industry, I was already a part of the drill scene, like the drill rap thing, because I grew up in Brooklyn and I'm from Brooklyn. So a lot of my friends were friends with people that were just coming out with drill music. And I personally know a famous YouTube streamer, because he went to school with one of my close friends, and he's like a billionaire right now, but we don't talk because he's a billionaire. So obviously he wouldn't talk to me right now. But I also had my first boyfriend. He is a nepo baby. So I can't say who he is, but his family works with one of the most famous rappers in the world. And another person I dated came from a well-known activist family of poets and authors from like the 1970s, and they fought for like racial civil rights. They even had a connection to the woman that wrote the story about Precious. So I've been in a lot of cool environments, and I've been around celebrity hairstylists from the 80s and 90s, and even actors and actresses, because of my mom. She works with like old people. So I got introduced to these older people from the 80s and 90s, and they're part of like these actor fund old residential homes. So that's how I met them. I've had a lot of connections, like even more than that, but I can't speak on it right now because I need clearance first. But I'm really grateful for the amazing opportunities all of these people gave me. And I think that influenced me to create a really cool business. And a lot of people, and another thing is like, I'm on here because I feel like I need to do my own thing, because I stopped dancing and I just became a booker. Also, I didn't have time. I hated high school, and I was still in high school when I created my business. So I was just like, F school, like I'm going to focus on this. I graduated high school on time. I don't have a GED. I literally just graduated like everyone else, even though I skipped school every single day. I did my work in 1 week, and that was the week to see if you were graduating or not. And I did everything on the deadline, and I passed. So like 1 week of schoolwork was a whole year of work, and I graduated on time. So I was just focusing on my business during then. And a lot of people I danced with are now super famous. Like a bunch of them performed in Lady Gaga's Abracadabra video that just came out. And others danced at the Super Bowl halftime show for Kendrick Lamar. And some are always going on tour for Beyonce. Like they just did her tour. Like they probably did her tour like literally every time. Like these people are so dope. And me seeing them thrive is incredible. And it reminds me how far we've all come together. So my journey's been wild. I'm 21 years old now, and a lot of the things I've learned was don't take shit from people and keep doing what you love. All right, so that's a wrap. I don't want to give you guys too much information because I want you guys to tune in for next episode. But before I go, the fashion trend of the day are clip-ins by Betty Boop. These are Betty Boop clips. This is like a thing that I love. And I have a Betty Boop tattoo. So yes, Betty Boop. Okay, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next week on Bitchology Chronicles. Thank you.